And so now let's get into the bank that I've been invested and then what I recommended to the Patreon members. SoFi Technologies, Social Finance Technologies, ticker symbol SoFi, SOFI. Now this PowerPoint slide is a little old. I kept it up to keep it genuine as when I released it. All right, so when I released it, the screenshot was about 689. It's trading at 574 right now, which is okay, because again, just because just because you acknowledge something, and you buy in, use risk management, and you buy even when it goes lower. And so, looking at the chart, we'll go to Yahoo Finance too for a little bit more technical analysis. But looking at the chart, when it IPO'd, it went all the way up to 25. It's back now under 6. It's a growth bank. It's a growth banking stock. Headquarters San Francisco. The PE ratio, which is price to earnings. So they have about $5 billion in assets right now. So their PE ratio is pretty low, which is good. An average PE8 ratio on the S&P 500 is about like 20 to 30. They have a negative 19. So that's only one metric you could see. You could say that they're undervalued. Their debt to equity, which is also something I like to see, especially for good dividend companies, is having it under 2. So their debt to equity is 0.99. So it's even under 1, just a hair. Again, so you see, this is what I'm invested in right now. I have 82 shares of SoFi. My cost per share is $6.10. I've been averaging down, and like we're going to get into in the next slide, I have some notes of that CEO has been buying shares too. So, but look at the Gematria. This is why I'm invested. This is what I like to see. Social Finance Inc. equals 137 in English ordinal. 137 is the 33rd prime. That's why it's important. If you ask, well, why is you talked about 33? Well, 137 is not 33. Well, it is, because it's the 33rd prime, which means it can only be divisible by itself and 1. So 137 and 1 are the only two numbers that it can be divided by. Very important. We have Social Finance Incorporated stock equaling 137 in English reduction. And we have buy SoFi stock in 2023 for large gain, 137 English reduction. Now, this does not mean you go all in because you see this Gematria decode. That's something I had to learn myself. I'm not even going to lie, going through the process when I found out about Gematria and stocks with GameStop. When I figured out I was in GameStop, way before it actually had to squeeze, I had the 33 numbers, my name. I thought I could just go willy-nilly and, I was untouchable. While I did still make good money, I, look, if I the knowledge I had now, I would, if that ever comes up again in a different stock, I'm way more equipped with, knowledge even without Gematria to make the better decisions, to protect profits, and to take more gains when it's there, because you never know what happens in the stock market. So again, even though this Gematria decode says that, and not even telling you to buy, but if you consider buying this, use risk management. But I keep note of that. I like seeing that. We have SoFi stock in the planet Saturn, because Saturn entered Pisces. Saturn is the responsible planet. It's the authority planet. Banks, they run the world essentially, so they're the authority. So you want to see that. 330 English ordinal. We have SoFi and water. Now, think about this. Pluto is entering Aquarius. Okay, that's the last planet to enter Aquarius. That's a 248 year astrological realm. So that's what's happening. It's entering Aquarius. So we're going to be in the age of the Aquarius. But also with that, we're in Saturn's entering Pisces. Pisces are the two fish. So that's also a water connection. And so when you add those together with banks, currencies, banks like river banks, flow of money, It's the same thing as water. But what SoFi is doing, it's something a little bit more different. I have a buddy, and my friend Devin, who's on, he knows him, Ryan. He's also an investor in SoFi, but he also uses the bank as well, and he always gives it praise. They don't have like an actual physical bank, so they're more fluid. I believe if you want to take out cash, it's a fee. So there's no like brick and mortar spots, just kind of like the old. So they're trying to be more modern, new age. They do stocks as well. So definitely take a look into them. Social Finance incorporated SoFi stock and SoFi Technologies Incorporated in 2024. They both equal 133 in the Chaldean cipher. Then we have a lot of 67s. Now 67 is important because it's 33 spots away from 100, which is funny. And my football number in college one year was 67. 33 spots from 100. So we have water equaling 67 in English ordinal. SoFi was Saturn. Cronus and Pisces, which is Saturn, but in the Roman god. Cronus and Pisces. Saturn controls banks, banking stocks in 2023, discounted bank stocks. That all equals 67 in the reduction cipher. So you see the connections there. Very, very important. And so we're going to get into the fundamentals of SoFi. The assets and liabilities, it's plus 55 billion. So you take the 55 billion assets off their out liabilities with their 934 million shares outstanding. So I estimate, this is ballpark, quick estimations. Obviously, you need to look into it. But when I look for just straight value off the bat, I go straight to the fundamentals, assets minus liabilities. So my estimation for fair value is about $5.88. At the close, it was at $5.74. So in my opinion, I've been nibbling on shares. That's what I'm doing. I'm not saying anybody does what they need to do. They need to do what they need to do. No banking exposure in business commercial banking, which has been going down right now. So that's really good. That's important. CEO Noto continues to buy shares. He bought in like the 570 range, maybe about a week and a half ago. That's in the news. Check that out. And the only issue, well, there's always more issues. You never know what the future can hold. But student loans not being repaid, if paused again, will hurt in the short term. The most recent extension has cost the bank at least $6 million in lost profits. SoFi says it could lend a total of $30 million in losses if it continues through August. So about $30 million could be lost if it continues through August. I'm kind of already putting that on the cost. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like they should maybe chalk that up as an L. So, I feel like this is an opportunity to still get low prices because it's not going to be like this forever. Something's going to happen with the student loans. And what's great about SoFi, they lend money to very high class type people, I would say, where they know they can repay these loans. So I'm not too worried about that, but that's something to look out for if loans do get paused again.